WhatCulture.com recently attended the first ever live show organised by 5 Star Wrestling at the Newcastle Arena. And while we were there, we got a chance to interview this guy.
Hi everyone, it's WhatCulture.com here. I'm Kenny McIntosh, joined as always by my arch nemesis, the man that I hate and hope that he gets fired one day, Adam Blumpy.
Dang, that was harsh.
And my good, close personal friend, the phenomenal, in my eyes and everyone else's, AJ Styles. Hey.
Hey.
So, how are you?
Good.
Good, okay. This is starting well. One more answers. It can only get better.
More of them. I just screwed that up.
Yes! More than one word. So before we start, we just showed you a video of Hulk Hogan on a wrecking ball in a thong. You're the best wrestler of 2015 according to a lot of outlets. I feel people want to know your thoughts on that.
I really don't know what to think of Hulk Hogan on a wrecking ball in his thong. What do you think? I mean, what does one think about that? I mean, I don't think I'm ever going to get that out of my head, and I wish you hadn't showed me that.
Well, if we have to see it, we feel like you have to see it, right?
Yeah, it's a curse which we have to spread.
Well, now it's amongst me, and it's terrible. Thank you for that.
So we should explain, AJ was so startled by the footage of Hulk Hogan on a wrecking ball that he had to...
I'm sorry, guys. I shouldn't have showed it to you.
I'd rather just go out there and wrestle and let them beat it out of me. that of Hulk Hogan on a wrecking ball in his thong.
Hopefully he got the nice
still
clock to
in
the
there,
head.
still in there.
Still in. It's following.
If it'll ever, I may not ever be able to get out of there.
Could we ever
Good thing
see?
I've had all my kids that I'm having.
Yeah.
Because if that pops up a random thought, why
But could we see you in a wrecking ball one day?
I mean, it's possible. I mean, who's to say? I mean, how much did Hogan get paid for that?
Not enough, I think, for what.
I think I need to be paid for that.
Yeah, I wish you'd be getting paid for watching that.
Hey, man. So,
Wrecking ball aside, if we can put it to one side, we're only 2 weeks into the year and you've already got a Match of the Year candidate under your belt with Shinsuke Nakamura. What a way to go out of New Japan.
Well, Nakamura's one of the best. That's obvious, right?
Yeah.
So I wouldn't expect anything else out of that match than I'm not saying it was a 5-star match. I just think it was really well done by two guys who love what they do. And I was happy with it.
And there's no arguments here. I mean, it was built as a dream match for a reason, but does that pressure ever get to you? I mean...
Dude, I'm going to tell you, I tell my kids this all the time because they're very involved in sports, that pressure is a good thing. Fear is a good thing. When you have that fear that those butterflies in your stomach, that's a great thing because you react faster, you jump higher. To me, you do everything a little bit better. So pressure, I love getting pressure put on me because I work best.
I think it's really interesting because obviously, you've got your kids, you've got the tattoos and all that sort of stuff. How do they feel about wrestling? Because sometimes it's like, well, we get it, you wrestle, but, come on. How do they feel about it?
They don't know any different. They're like, every dad's got an action figure, as far as they're concerned. So they don't really think much of it. One of my middle son, he kind of likes it a lot, and he's got action figures, but he's not obsessed with it in any kind of way, which is a great thing because I'd rather them not grow up and wrestle. I know that sounds crazy coming from a guy who wrestles for a living. But it's a hard business. I mean, it's a hard life. I mean, there's injuries and being away from home, being away from your wife. I mean, that's hard stuff that not a lot of people know about. There's some, hard things about wrestling. It doesn't have to do with your body. It's just mental. A lot of the time too.
One of the things that we've been talking to with a couple of guys, Colt Cabana, Magnus, is the aspect of wrestling about it being a business. And, it's kind of that thing of like, we see all you guys on TV and all that stuff, but it is a business at the end of the day. You kind of have to look out for yourself. As a kind of guy who's in 2015 went around the world and done different things, how do you feel about that as a concept about actually, because sometimes people take it funny, like as soon as you treat it like a business, it's like, well, wait a minute. But you have to.
That's exactly what I do. I'm going to do what's best for the AJ Styles business. And I don't know where that's going to take me, but I'm going to go where that money is because this is what I do to support my family, and I got to take care of them. Now, some people may frown on that. Well, you should love wrestling just because you love wrestling. I do love wrestling. I take pride in what I do. But the fact of the matter is it puts, food on my kids' table, my table, my wife's table. We need that. And so, therefore, I have to take care of the AJ Styles business because he takes care of the Jones family.
You said before you want to retire kind of semi-young at 42 and you want to be able to obviously walk away from wrestling because so many people are racked with pain. And so what is next for AJ Styles when the retirement day comes? What is the passion after wrestling if you have to stop it there?
Well, I've learned a lot in this business, and I'd like to share that with other people. would like to maybe cut some corners in their career to get them quickly to where they need to be, wherever that is. I'd like to share, spread the wealth as far as my knowledge.
If you could teach yourself everything you know now, like you're just starting out in the business, what's the top advice that you would give yourself?
It's not the moves. Moves are easy. I know it sounds crazy. The wrestling's easy. It's the little things that make the biggest difference. It's the little things that people watch and not know they're watching it and go, wow, that was an awesome match. Well, what'd they do? I don't know. You just got to watch it. It was the little things in that match that made it great. And I think that's how you become a successful wrestler, is you take care of the little things and make the match make sense. There's a lot of psychology involved that most people don't even think about. But when they see something great, it's a lot of psychology is involved.
We've been watching a lot of guys today getting ready for matches, preparing. We saw you a little bit preparing. How important is that process? 'Cause people don't think about it. You're preparing for a match, feeling the ring, feeling the building and all that sort of stuff. How important is the preparation to you? Do you have like a set routine?
Sometimes I'd like to say I do, but then again, there's sometimes where it's a last minute kind of deal and I'm not ready. Just go out there and hopefully just try to warm up running to the ring. So I like to have time, but sometimes it doesn't happen that way. So you just got to prepare yourself any way possible you can. If that means running in place for half a minute, then that's what you do. One thing I've learned is I stop stretching before my match. I just warm up before my matches, and after my matches I stretch. So little things I've learned over time to make sure my body stays good enough to wrestle.
Okay, I need to address an elephant in the room.
All right.
So I'm going to do it. So WWE.com have put out an article saying, is AJ Styles coming to the WWE? So with that in mind, if we had like an event that we were putting on at WhatCulture on like Sunday the 24th of January, would you be free to come and do a show with us?
Sure.
Well, that answers that. Okay. But in terms of WWE, if you ever did go there, which we're not saying you are, but if you ever did, do you sort of, now with NXT coming up and all the stuff there, are there sort of opponents there that you're like, I would really like to work with that guy? Because you've worked with so many.
You asked that question already knowing the answer. That's funny, because Finn, I think that's one most people would like to see me wrestle, Prince Devitt, if you will, in the New Japan Pro Wrestling. And the guy's very talented, it's Samoa Joe's, in NXT. I mean, I would do that all over again. So, and there's definitely some up-and-coming guys that I'd love to work with. There's no doubt. But there's also guys that I haven't worked with, in TNA and in WWE. There's a lot of guys I haven't worked with. I think hopefully one day I'll get to do, to wrestle them before it's over, So great things are happening, crazy things in my life, Heck, I got a 1-year-old daughter. I mean, I don't know if you guys knew that. I gotta add another tattoo, and I don't have a place to put it. So, it's a crazy life of AJ Styles, but it's a good one.
And for people who are wondering what's next for AJ Styles, what can you tell them? Is there anything you can tell people that want to know?
I love what I do. I'm going to do what I do best, I think. I definitely, I'm not an artist, but I can, paint with, the wrestling brush. I think I got some kind of thing going on with that. And I'm going to keep doing that as long as I can. Keep in mind, still going to be able to walk away from this business. Will I have surgeries? Of course I will, because I'm going to get old and I've hurt myself, and that's just the nature of the beast. But I wouldn't change a thing.
Well, we want to thank you so much for coming, and wherever you do end up, we're all going to be watching. And we've been here at 5 Star Wrestling. You're going to be here for the rest of the week. You can get all the information at 5 Star Wrestling on Twitter. They've got a game coming out next week as well, and I think that's pretty much us.
Yeah, we've been talking with the phenomenal AJ Styles. Thanks so much for talking with us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
See you soon.
And hey, while we have you, why not celebrate the relentless passage of time by buying WhatCulture's first ebook, The 100 Worst Wrestling Moments of 2015, written by Andrew Sosick with a foreword from me. Only £3, it's currently the ranked #1 selling wrestling book on Amazon. Check the description for a link.
I think I started watching this and I go, this is stupid.
Yeah.
So I didn't give it enough time.
Wait till you see where it goes.
Oh, we're about to be swerved. There it is.
And you think that's the worst of it?
What freak is going on?
The ass slap really makes it.
What did I just watch? What is he doing?
The important thing is you can't unwatch that.
Oh God.